Have you ever wondered why some people seem to age gracefully while others appear to deteriorate rapidly after 60? The answer might shock you. It's not just about genetics or luck. The truth is, what you do in the final hours before sleep could be silently stealing years from your life. Tonight, as you prepare for bed, you might unknowingly be making critical mistakes that are accelerating your aging process, weakening your immune system, and setting you up for serious health complications down the road. Research from the Harvard School of Public Health has revealed something alarming. 7 specific bedtime habits practiced by millions of Americans over 50 are directly linked to shortened lifespan and accelerated biological aging. These aren't obvious mistakes like smoking or drinking excessively. These are seemingly innocent routines that most people consider harmless, even healthy. Yet each night you repeat these patterns, you're essentially writing a prescription for premature aging. The most terrifying part, many of these habits feel so natural, so ingrained in our evening routines that we never question their impact. You might be someone who prides themselves on healthy living, eating well, exercising regularly, taking your vitamins. But if you're making even 3 of these 7 bedtime mistakes, you could be undoing all your good work in just a few hours each night. Think about this for a moment. Your body's most critical repair and restoration processes happen during sleep. This is when your brain clears toxins, your muscles rebuild, your immune system strengthens, and your organs regenerate. But what if the very things you're doing before bed are sabotaging these life-extending processes? What if your pre-sleep routine is actually triggering inflammation, disrupting hormone production, and accelerating cellular damage? Tonight could be different. Tonight could be the first night you stop shortening your own lifespan and start adding quality years to your life. Because once you understand these 7 deadly bedtime mistakes, you'll never look at your evening routine the same way again. You'll realize that the path to longevity isn't just about what you do during the day. It's about how you prepare your body for the night ahead. I want you to pay close attention to every word in this video, because what I'm about to reveal could literally add years to your life. We're going to uncover the hidden dangers lurking in your bedroom, the innocent habits that are secretly aging you faster than time itself, and most importantly, the simple changes you can make starting tonight to reverse this damage and reclaim your longevity. Before we dive into these life-threatening mistakes, I need to know you're with me on this journey to better health and longer life. If you're serious about adding quality years to your life, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss life-saving health information. And right now, I want to know where you stand. If this information resonates with you and you're ready to make changes tonight, type the number 1 in the comments. If you're skeptical or think your bedtime routine is fine as is, type 0. Your engagement helps me understand how to better serve this amazing community of health-conscious individuals. Now, let's reveal the first mistake that's been silently stealing years from your life every single night. Mistake number 7. Eating heavy meals within 3 hours of bedtime. This might be the most common longevity-destroying habit among seniors, and it's happening in bedrooms across America every single night. You finish dinner at 6 p.m., watch some television, maybe have a snack around 8 or 9 p.m., and head to bed by 10 p.m. Seems perfectly normal, right? Wrong. This seemingly innocent routine is setting off a cascade of biological disasters that are literally shortening your lifespan. Here's what's really happening inside your body when you go to bed with undigested food in your system. Your digestive system, which should be winding down for the night, is forced into overdrive. Instead of your body focusing on cellular repair and detoxification, it's diverting precious energy and resources to break down that late dinner or evening snack. This creates what researchers call metabolic chaos in your system. Your core body temperature, which needs to drop for quality sleep, remains elevated as your digestive organs work overtime. This disrupts your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates everything from hormone production to cellular repair. When your circadian rhythm is out of sync, your body produces less growth hormone during sleep. Growth hormone isn't just for growing taller, it's your body's primary anti-aging hormone, responsible for muscle maintenance, bone density, and skin elasticity. But it gets worse. Late-night eating causes dangerous spikes in blood sugar just when your body should be entering a fasting state. This chronic elevation of blood glucose leads to advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which quite literally age your cells from the inside out. These AGEs accumulate in your skin, arteries, and organs, causing the visible signs of aging we all dread: wrinkles, age spots, and cellular deterioration. The insulin resistance that develops from this pattern is particularly devastating for seniors. Your pancreas, already working harder as you age, becomes exhausted from constantly producing insulin to handle these nighttime glucose spikes. This sets the stage for type 2 diabetes, a disease that can cut 10 years off your life expectancy. Perhaps most alarming is what this does to your brain while you sleep. Your brain has a natural cleaning system called the glymphatic system that activates during deep sleep, washing away toxic proteins that accumulate during the day. These proteins, including amyloid beta and tau, are directly linked to Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline. When your digestive system is active during sleep, it interferes with this crucial brain detoxification process, allowing these toxic proteins to build up night after night. Many people don't realize that their late-night heartburn or acid reflux isn't just uncomfortable. It's a sign that stomach acid is backing up into the esophagus, potentially causing cellular damage that can lead to serious complications over time. The chronic inflammation from this digestive disruption spreads throughout your body, accelerating aging in every organ system. The solution is simpler than you might think, but it requires discipline. Stop eating at least 3 hours before bedtime. If you typically sleep at 10 p.m., finish your last meal by 7 p.m. If you must have something, limit it to a small handful of nuts or a piece of fruit. And even then, only if you're genuinely hungry. This gives your digestive system time to complete its work and allows your body to focus on the life-extending processes that should happen during sleep. Mistake number 6. Exposing yourself to blue light within 2 hours of bedtime. In our modern world, this mistake is being made by nearly 90% of adults over 50, often without realizing the devastating impact on their longevity. You're watching television, scrolling through social media on your phone, or reading on a tablet right up until bedtime. These devices emit blue light, a specific wavelength that your brain interprets as daylight, keeping you in a state of artificial daytime alertness when you should be preparing for restorative sleep. This isn't just about feeling tired the next day. Blue light exposure before bed is literally rewiring your brain in ways that accelerate aging and increase your risk of life-threatening diseases. Your pineal gland, a small but crucial structure in your brain, produces melatonin based on light cues. Melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone, it's one of your body's most powerful antioxidants, protecting your cells from oxidative damage that causes aging. When blue light hits your retinas in the evening, it sends a signal to your pineal gland to stop producing melatonin. Without adequate melatonin, your sleep becomes fragmented and less restorative. But more importantly, you lose the protective benefits of this crucial antioxidant. Studies have shown that people with consistently low melatonin levels have higher rates of cancer, cardiovascular disease, and neurodegenerative disorders. The disruption to your circadian rhythm from blue light exposure has been linked to accelerated cellular aging. Your cells have their own internal clocks that regulate DNA repair, protein synthesis, and waste removal. When these cellular clocks are disrupted by inappropriate light exposure, your cells age faster and become more susceptible to disease. Research from the University of Pennsylvania found that people who used electronic devices within 2 hours of bedtime had significantly shorter telomeres. Telomeres are the protective caps on your chromosomes that shorten as you age. Shorter telomeres are associated with faster aging and increased risk of age-related diseases. Essentially, your nightly screen time is literally shortening your cellular lifespan. The blue light from screens also interferes with your body's natural temperature regulation during sleep. Your core body temperature needs to drop by about 2 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal sleep quality. Blue light exposure keeps your body temperature elevated, preventing you from entering the deeper stages of sleep where the most important regenerative processes occur. This sleep disruption has a cascading effect on your hormone production. Growth hormone, which peaks during deep sleep, becomes suppressed. Cortisol, your stress hormone, remains elevated when it should be at its lowest point. This hormonal chaos accelerates aging and increases your risk of chronic diseases. The solution requires creating a technology sunset in your home. 2 hours before bedtime, turn off all screens. This means no television, no smartphones, no tablets, no computers. Instead, engage in relaxing activities like reading a physical book, gentle stretching, or listening to calming music. If you absolutely must use a device, invest in blue light blocking glasses or use the night mode settings, though complete avoidance is still preferable. Mistake number 5, going to bed angry, stressed, or emotionally charged. This mistake might surprise you because it seems purely psychological, but the physical impact on your longevity is profound and measurable. When you go to bed while angry, stressed, or emotionally upset, you're flooding your system with stress hormones that should be at their lowest levels during sleep. This chronic elevation of cortisol and adrenaline is one of the fastest ways to accelerate aging and shorten your lifespan. Think about the last time you went to bed after an argument with your spouse, worried about finances, or upset about something you saw on the news. How did you sleep? Chances are you tossed and turned, woke up multiple times, and felt exhausted the next morning. But the damage goes far beyond one night of poor sleep. When you're emotionally charged at bedtime, your sympathetic nervous system remains activated when it should be shifting to parasympathetic dominance. The sympathetic nervous system is your fight-or-flight response, designed for short-term survival situations. When it's constantly activated, especially during sleep when your body should be in repair mode, it creates a state of chronic stress that literally ages you from the inside out. Elevated cortisol levels at night suppress the production of growth hormone, your body's primary anti-aging hormone. They also interfere with the release of prolactin, which helps regulate your immune system. This means going to bed stressed doesn't just affect your sleep, it weakens your body's ability to fight off infections and diseases. The cardiovascular impact is particularly concerning for seniors. Chronic nighttime stress keeps your blood pressure elevated when it should naturally dip during sleep. This non-dipping pattern is associated with increased risk of heart attack, stroke, and cardiovascular death. Your heart, which should be resting and recovering during sleep, is forced to work overtime, leading to premature wear and tear. Research from the University of Pittsburgh found that people who went to bed with unresolved anger or stress had significantly higher levels of inflammatory markers in their blood. Chronic inflammation is now recognized as one of the primary drivers of aging and age-related diseases. It's like having a slow-burning fire inside your body that gradually damages every organ system. The emotional stress also affects your brain's ability to consolidate memories and clear toxins during sleep. The glymphatic system, which we mentioned earlier, doesn't function properly when stress hormones are elevated. This means the toxic proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease and other neurodegenerative conditions aren't properly cleared from your brain. Creating an emotional buffer before bedtime is crucial for longevity. Develop a routine that helps you process and release the emotional charge from your day. This might include journaling to get worries out of your head, practicing gratitude to shift your focus to positive thoughts, or doing progressive muscle relaxation to release physical tension. If you've had an argument or conflict during the day, try to resolve it before bedtime, or at least agree to postpone the discussion until the next day. Mistake number 4. Sleeping in a room that's too warm. Most people over 50 make this mistake because they feel cold more easily as they age. But keeping your bedroom too warm is actually accelerating your aging process and shortening your lifespan. The optimal bedroom temperature for longevity is between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, yet most seniors sleep in rooms that are 72 degrees or warmer. Your body's core temperature naturally drops as you prepare for sleep, and this temperature decline is crucial for triggering the deep restorative stages of sleep where the most important anti-aging processes occur. When your bedroom is too warm, your body can't achieve this necessary temperature drop, keeping you in lighter stages of sleep and missing out on the cellular repair that happens during deep sleep. The relationship between sleep temperature and longevity is more profound than most people realize. During deep sleep, your body produces the highest levels of growth hormone, which is essential for muscle maintenance, bone density, immune function, and cellular repair. Growth hormone production is directly tied to your core body temperature. When you can't cool down properly, growth hormone production plummets, accelerating the aging process. Research from the University of South Australia found that people who slept in rooms warmer than 70 degrees had significantly shorter telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes that shorten with age. Participants who maintained cooler bedroom temperatures had telomeres equivalent to someone 6 to 8 years younger than their chronological age. This means proper sleep temperature could literally turn back your biological clock. The temperature regulation during sleep also affects your metabolism in ways that impact longevity. Brown adipose tissue, or brown fat, is activated during sleep in cooler temperatures. Brown fat burns calories and produces heat, helping maintain healthy weight and metabolic function. When you sleep in a warm room, this beneficial process is suppressed, contributing to metabolic dysfunction and weight gain that can shorten lifespan. Heat stress during sleep also elevates cortisol levels and disrupts the natural circadian rhythm of stress hormones. This chronic elevation of stress hormones during what should be your body's recovery time accelerates cellular aging and increases inflammation throughout your body. Many seniors resist lowering their bedroom temperature because they worry about feeling cold. But there are strategies to stay comfortable while maintaining the optimal temperature for longevity. Use breathable, moisture-wicking bedding materials like bamboo or cotton. Layer your bedding so you can adjust throughout the night. Consider breathable sleepwear made from natural fibers. If you have a partner who prefers warmer temperatures, consider separate bedding or even separate beds to ensure you can each maintain your optimal sleep environment. Mistake number 3, drinking alcohol within 4 hours of bedtime. Many seniors enjoy a glass of wine or a cocktail in the evening, thinking it helps them relax and fall asleep. This nightcap habit might seem harmless, even sophisticated, but it's one of the most damaging things you can do to your longevity. Alcohol before bed doesn't just affect your sleep quality, it triggers a cascade of biological processes that accelerate aging and increase your risk of life-threatening diseases. While alcohol might make you feel drowsy initially, it's actually a stimulant that becomes more pronounced as it metabolizes in your system. This creates a rebound effect that fragments your sleep throughout the night. You might fall asleep quickly, but you'll wake up multiple times, often without remembering these awakenings, leaving you feeling unrefreshed despite spending adequate time in bed. The impact on your sleep architecture is devastating for longevity. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the stage where your brain consolidates memories and processes emotions. It also reduces deep sleep, the stage where growth hormone is released and cellular repair occurs. Without adequate deep sleep, your body can't perform the maintenance work necessary to prevent aging and disease. Alcohol metabolism during sleep places a tremendous burden on your liver, the organ responsible for detoxifying your body. As you age, your liver's efficiency naturally declines, and forcing it to process alcohol during what should be its recovery time accelerates this decline. A compromised liver can't effectively filter toxins from your blood, leading to systemic inflammation and accelerated aging. The dehydration caused by alcohol is particularly problematic for seniors who already have reduced water reserves in their bodies. Dehydration during sleep thickens your blood, making your heart work harder and increasing the risk of blood clots. It also impairs kidney function and reduces the effectiveness of your body's natural detoxification processes. Research from the Sleep Research Society found that people who consumed alcohol within 4 hours of bedtime had 23% less growth hormone production during sleep. Growth hormone deficiency is directly linked to increased mortality risk, faster aging, and higher rates of chronic disease. Essentially, that evening drink is suppressing one of your body's most important anti-aging hormones. The blood sugar fluctuations caused by alcohol are another concern. Alcohol initially raises blood sugar, then causes a dramatic drop several hours later. This roller coaster effect during sleep disrupts hormone production and can cause middle-of-the-night awakenings. For seniors already at risk for diabetes, this pattern is particularly dangerous. If you enjoy alcohol, the key is timing. Stop drinking at least 4 hours before bedtime to allow your body time to metabolize the alcohol before sleep. If you typically go to bed at 10 p.m., have your last drink by 6 p.m. This gives your liver time to process the alcohol and prevents it from interfering with your sleep and recovery processes. Mistake number 2, neglecting to empty your bladder completely before bed. This might seem like basic hygiene advice, but there's a profound connection between bladder health and longevity that most people don't understand. Many seniors develop the habit of limiting fluid intake in the evening to avoid nighttime bathroom trips, or they don't fully empty their bladder before bed to minimize disruptions. Both of these strategies are actually shortening your lifespan in multiple ways. When you don't empty your bladder completely before bed, you're setting yourself up for multiple awakenings during the night. Each time you wake up to use the bathroom, you're fragmenting your sleep and reducing the time spent in the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep. This sleep fragmentation has a cumulative effect on your health and longevity. Incomplete bladder emptying also increases your risk of urinary tract infections, which become more dangerous as you age. UTIs in seniors can lead to sepsis, a life-threatening condition that has a high mortality rate. Even minor UTIs can cause confusion and cognitive decline in older adults, accelerating mental deterioration. The chronic sleep disruption from nighttime urination affects hormone production in ways that accelerate aging. Each awakening triggers a stress response that elevates cortisol levels when they should be at their lowest. This chronic cortisol elevation suppresses immune function, increases inflammation, and accelerates cellular aging. Many seniors try to solve this problem by restricting fluid intake in the evening, but this strategy backfires in multiple ways. Dehydration, even mild dehydration, thickens your blood and makes your heart work harder during sleep. It also impairs kidney function and reduces your body's ability to eliminate toxins. Chronic mild dehydration is associated with increased risk of kidney stones, urinary tract infections, and cardiovascular problems. The solution involves proper bladder training and timing of fluid intake. Stop drinking fluids 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, but make sure you're well hydrated throughout the day. Practice double voiding before bed, urinating once, waiting a few minutes, then trying again to ensure complete emptying. This technique helps train your bladder to empty more completely and reduces nighttime interruptions. If you're waking up more than once per night to urinate, it's worth discussing with your healthcare provider. This could be a sign of an enlarged prostate in men, hormonal changes in women, or other medical conditions that can be treated to improve your sleep quality and longevity. Mistake number 1, sleeping less than 7 hours per night. This is the most dangerous mistake of all, and it's being made by over 40% of adults over 50. You might think you can get by on 6 hours of sleep, or that needing less sleep is a normal part of aging, but chronic sleep deprivation is literally shortening your life in measurable ways. The research on this is so compelling and frightening that it should make anyone reconsider their sleep priorities. A landmark study published in the journal Sleep Medicine followed over 10,000 adults for 20 years and found that people who regularly slept less than 7 hours per night had a 26% higher risk of death from any cause. The mechanisms behind this increased mortality risk are numerous and interconnected, creating a perfect storm of accelerated aging and disease risk. Sleep deprivation severely compromises your immune system's ability to function properly. During deep sleep, your body produces infection-fighting cells and antibodies. When you consistently get less than 7 hours of sleep, your immune system can't maintain adequate defenses against viruses, bacteria, and even cancer cells. Sleep-deprived individuals have 3 times the risk of catching a cold when exposed to a virus, and their risk of developing cancer increases by 200%. The cardiovascular impact of chronic sleep deprivation is particularly deadly for seniors. Your blood pressure naturally dips during sleep, giving your cardiovascular system a chance to recover from the day's stress. When sleep is shortened, this recovery period is reduced, leading to sustained high blood pressure and increased risk of heart attack and stroke. People who sleep less than 6 hours per night have a 48% higher risk of developing heart disease. Sleep deprivation accelerates brain aging in ways that are visible on brain scans. Chronic sleep loss causes brain tissue to shrink and reduces the connectivity between different brain regions. This leads to cognitive decline, memory problems, and increased risk of dementia. The glymphatic system, which clears toxic proteins from your brain during deep sleep, can't function properly with insufficient sleep, allowing Alzheimer's-related proteins to accumulate. The hormonal disruption from chronic sleep deprivation creates a cascade of aging-related problems. Growth hormone production, which peaks during deep sleep, is severely reduced. Insulin sensitivity decreases, increasing diabetes risk. Leptin, the hormone that signals fullness, decreases while ghrelin, the hunger hormone, increases, leading to weight gain and metabolic dysfunction. Perhaps most alarming is the effect on cellular aging itself. Sleep deprivation causes significant shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on your chromosomes. People who regularly sleep less than 7 hours have telomeres equivalent to someone 6 years older than their chronological age. This means chronic sleep deprivation is literally accelerating your aging process at the cellular level. The solution requires treating sleep as seriously as you would any other health intervention. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, with consistency being key. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Create a bedroom environment that promotes deep, restorative sleep. Cool, dark, and quiet. If you're having trouble sleeping, address the underlying causes rather than accepting poor sleep as inevitable. The solution: your longevity-enhancing bedtime protocol. Now that you understand the 7 deadly bedtime mistakes that are stealing years from your life, let's talk about what you should be doing instead. Creating a longevity-enhancing bedtime routine isn't complicated, but it does require commitment and consistency. The good news is that you can start seeing benefits within just a few nights of implementing these changes. Begin your evening routine 3 to 4 hours before bedtime by finishing your last meal. This gives your digestive system time to complete its work and allows your body to focus on repair and restoration during sleep. If you must eat something closer to bedtime, choose a small portion of foods that promote sleep, such as a handful of almonds or a small piece of turkey, both of which contain tryptophan. 2 hours before bedtime, begin your technology sunset. Turn off all screens and engage in relaxing activities that prepare your mind and body for sleep. This might include reading a physical book, practicing gentle yoga or stretching, taking a warm bath, or listening to calming music. The key is to choose activities that help you transition from the day's stress to evening relaxation. Create an emotional buffer by processing the day's events and releasing any tension or worry. This might involve journaling, practicing gratitude, or having calm conversations with loved ones. If you've had conflicts during the day, try to resolve them or agree to postpone the discussion until tomorrow. The goal is to go to bed with a peaceful mind. Optimize your bedroom environment for longevity. Keep the temperature between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Ensure the room is as dark as possible and minimize noise. Invest in blackout curtains or an eye mask and consider a white noise machine if needed. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary dedicated solely to sleep and intimacy. Develop a consistent sleep schedule that allows for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. This means if you need to wake up at 6 a.m., you should be in bed by 10 p.m. at the latest. Consistency is crucial, so try to maintain the same bedtime and wake time even on weekends. Your new life starts tonight. As we reach the end of this life-changing information, I want you to understand something profound. Everything you've learned tonight isn't just theory or wishful thinking. These are scientifically proven strategies that can literally add years to your life and life to your years. The 7 mistakes we've discussed aren't minor inconveniences. They're silent killers that have been stealing your longevity one night at a time. But here's the beautiful truth about the human body. Even as we age, it has a remarkable capacity for healing and regeneration when we give it the right conditions. The damage from years of poor bedtime habits isn't permanent. Your cells can repair themselves, your hormones can rebalance, your sleep can become restorative again. But it all starts with the choices you make tonight. Think about where you want to be in 5, 10, or 20 years. Do you want to be the person who looks back with regret, wondering what might have been if you had taken your bedtime routine seriously? Or do you want to be the person who took action, who made the changes necessary to live a longer, healthier, more vibrant life? The choice is yours, and it starts tonight. Tonight, you can begin the journey from merely existing to truly thriving. Tonight you can stop making the mistakes that age you prematurely and start implementing the habits that will add quality years to your life. I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 mistakes have you been making? What changes are you committed to starting tonight? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because your journey to longevity can inspire others in our community to make life-changing improvements as well. If this video has opened your eyes to the critical importance of your bedtime routine, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. The information in this video could literally save lives and add years to the people you love. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss health information that could change your life. Remember, your longevity isn't determined by genetics or luck. It's determined by the choices you make every single day, and especially by what you do in those crucial hours before sleep. Tonight is the first night of your longer, healthier life. Make it count.